Davido is having a beautiful moment and he has stood on his word. He promised to marry this lady and he stood on his word. He said his assurance. So after all these years, he came back and fulfilled it. So that's legendary. You know what I'm saying? That's a reminder to women that there are still some men that stand on their word. Another thing you have to notice about Chioma is that
I greet una with una time, una good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are watching me from. So my people, more than not vex, so my voice cracks more because of the shout. When we say I shout now for good, not before bad. So anyway, I want to watch this video. Wetin one brother talk about Davido marriage. Una know say na Davido marriage, now they share for town now, now they reign for all the social media platform now. And this marriage, it don't tell when we say they don't plan now. But though they don't do marriage before, but they want to do am big because when they fail do, now instead as they do because of the situation of what if it happen to them. So this brother can they make us they understand say not be they talk even go and many people they talk and say marriage when we say they spend a lot of money to do the marriage not they last. If you listen to what this brother talk, truth not far from his side. But Davido case he go dey different. I use this opportunity to wish Davido and Chioma happy marriage life and God go bless their marriage. People they talk say marriage where they spend a lot of money e no go last. Their own case go dey different. Their marriage go last. They will carry their children and their marriage go be one of the marriage wey be say they will take they make example. They say even if say they spend a lot of money e no mean say marriage no last. Davido marriage last because he spent a lot of money. That will be their case by the special grace of God. I use this opportunity to pray for me when they talk this matter. So and you will be say you they listen to me. Whether you don't marry or you never marry, I pray that our marriage will last long. We go grow old, we and our husband or our wife. We go to use up body waka together as some old people they do now. We go see they use our marriage, they advise people how we waka for our marriage. We don't say marriage not be waiting easy like that, but by the grace of God, we go see story and a good story we go talk about our marriage. For those of you now we never see husband, mona not worry. By the special grace of God, God will give you our own husband. So mona listen to wetin this brother talk, then una drop una opinion down there. Una opinion dey very very important. Thank you so much.
Davido and Chioma's wedding is trending now, but I think Davido is making a huge mistake which his friend Israel made. I will show you. But before I tell you, let me show you statistics to prove what I'm saying. This is statistics. They studied 3,000 people. Okay, so it shows that couples that did wedding that cost above 35 naira or 30 million naira, expensive weddings fail. Marriage usually fail more than cheap weddings. So look at this. According to a CNN report, a study found out that weddings with a budget of over $20,000, which is around 30 million naira, have 1.6 times higher likelihood of divorce for women than weddings with a budget under $1,000. If your wedding costs less than 1.5 million naira, it's more likely to succeed than weddings that cost above 35 million naira. Okay. The study also found that men who spend between $2,000 and $4,000 on an engagement ring are 1.3 times more likely to get divorced. That is, if your engagement ring costs between 3 million naira and 5 million naira, you are more likely to divorce. That is, expensive engagement ring is more likely to divorce. Okay, 1.3 times more likely to get divorced than men who spend $500 and $2,000. Okay, now the baseline is established. Let me just show you one. Can you see this? You can go and read it. Expensive weddings are more likely to get divorced. They studied how many? 3,000 people, and they found out that the more it's wedding, the more likely the divorce. Davido is having a beautiful moment and he has stood on his word. He promised to marry this lady and he stood on his word. He said his assurance. So after all these years, he came back and fulfilled it. So that's legendary. You know what I'm saying? That's a reminder to women that there are still some men that stand on their word. Another thing you have to notice about Chioma is that she's dramaless. This is the dream wife of every man on earth. Any lady that will not go to do podcast interview, do YouTube, put on phone and start crying. You know, they have done me this. Oh, he's an abusive man. I married an abusive man. He did this. He told my father this. He told my mother this. Then they will start dragging children, custody, dragging custody. This woman has zero problems. Zero. If there was any ever problem between she and Davido, nobody knows. No information anywhere. Dream wife. Davido has been called out many times. Random ladies, he slept with me. One lady went to podcast and said this is his boxers. He left his boxers in Tanzania, Uganda. Crazy. One Anita lady was there last year, calling him out, claiming that he got her pregnant. At the end of the day, it was a lie. Now imagine that this Chioma was into drama. That was a perfect reason and opportunity for her to start drama. Do you understand? There was a time that her baby died. Very unfortunate event. Davido would have kicked her out that time and married a younger lady. It was a perfect excuse. He didn't. He stuck together. So the reason I'm pointing this out is sometimes statistics cannot cover everybody. So that statistics that big weddings fail may not be true in their case. Do you understand? Because they have a unique history together. Alright? But I'm making this video to teach somebody here that is planning a wedding. You don't need a big wedding. The bigger the wedding, the more likely that the lady will start thinking that, oh, I'm actually too important than I thought. Do you understand? So let's picture a wedding where a young man managed to be doing good, you know, and then he decides to marry his girl. And the girl is from nowhere. You understand? The girl is from somewhere that the mom has a shop in the market. The guy had to buy gen for the shop, paint the shop for her. You know, that kind of background. I'm not saying the background is bad, but you're getting, there's a big, huge disparity in finances. Now, this guy decides to host a wedding where he invites 90% of the guests there are from the guy's contacts. And these are sons of governors. These are governors, kings, you know. Invite all these people. Now, during this wedding, the lady will start thinking that maybe I'm actually more important than I thought. It's called hypergamy, and it's a biological response that is natural in women. It's only few women. It's only some women that can control it. Let me not say few. Some women can control it, some can't. Once they get to a point where they feel that they are equal with their man, they will start looking for a higher man. It's natural. That's how women have survived through the ages, going with the warrior, the winner. In the olden days, you have to wrestle. All the men, the father of the bride will invite all the suitors to come and do wrestling on that day. Whoever wins the wrestling, the woman will go with him happily. Do you understand? So that's one of the reasons why people do big weddings. An opportunity to gather enough contacts and establish a talking point. You know? But at the end of the day, sometimes when you do it for people from a poor background, they might mistake it for being too important. Now, they start aiming higher. So imagine that the guy that is hosting the wedding was, let me say, what do you call it? An aide de camp, a right-hand man of a boss. You understand? The lady will now start thinking, if kings and queens and governors can come to my wedding, this guy don't deserve me. I deserve better. Do you understand? So that's what I think is usually the cause of the divorce, is when you overdo yourself. Sometimes you have to pace the wedding. You have to do less than you can. Reduce your capacity. If you can. If you're not in Davido shoot, Davido does not have much option. Look at what P Square did. P Square's wedding, low key, people just saw a picture of people inside the house. That was it. The guy knows what he did. It's not that he doesn't have money. If you know that if he wants to host the largest wedding in the whole world to pepper his other wife and concubine, he cannot do that. He can't do that. But he knows why he just went to the village low key, pam pam pam, wedding don't do. So sometimes if you're in that position to do a low key wedding, do it. It's better. After doing wedding, you can spend all you want on your wife. Big, do you know that small wedding and big what do you call it, after wedding or vacation after the wedding or honeymoon is better. Big honeymoon is better than you host one large wedding where the cake is worth $1.2 trillion. You know, people are spraying Bitcoin. You get what I'm saying? Michael Jackson attended all those ones. Sometimes, if you are really not sure of the woman, it's a risk. You will be there, she will be start arguing that the money that was sprayed, you collected it instead of her collecting it, thinking it's her. She forget that the people that spray the money are your contacts. That why did you plan it this way? Some ladies will start crying on their wedding day because things was not organized the way they want. But there are millions. Some ladies will stay on the wedding day and cancel it because they were not financially involved. There are weddings that ladies have cancelled on the wedding day. Why did you cancel it? They did not give me food in the morning. The mother-in-law was arguing with me. I'm not marrying again.
There is anything that is bothering you, my friend. Please say it so others will learn. Bring it to true dreams with Lady T. And God will be your strength. Bring it to true dreams.